all walked down to the forest. They came back and went back and had porridge, and they all lived happily ever after. There we go. How lovely is that? No, that's it's the planner from last year, folks. Just checking, it was February. It's a very difficult month to pronounce it, February. You say February, don't you? But February. It's a bit like an anomaly. But anyway, yeah, I hope you're all doing well. We've just come back just to play out a little bit more. Before we bring you some 747 action, this was from February the 18th of last year. To think that it was only February 2019. So who was it? I saw yesterday somebody mentioning that. Oh yeah, it was actually one of the captain who's actually going to be on board the aircraft. Let me just see, on board BOAC at the for the final departure as she flies out of Cardiff down to St Athan, I think it is. BOAC, obviously. I think this is one that's been preserved, isn't it? I think. But Alistair Bridger, who's one of the flying captains with British Airways, obviously has a lot of experience on the Boeing 747, with especially on the BOAC 747, the retro livery Boeing 747. This show that we're about to show you was when we were invited very kindly by the folks at British Airways, along with a lot of other people as well. It wasn't exclusive to British to Big Jet TV, although I think we possibly were the only people live streaming it. It went very well. Had a great time and got to see this beautiful, majestic aircraft coming in, taxiing, and coming right up to us. And we got a good interview with the captain as well. So as we did with some lovely people who flew on the original jets back in the day, VC-10s and so on and so forth. So enjoy this. Sit back and enjoy. This is BOAC, British Overseas Airways Corporation, 747 British Airways retro livery that's flying in from Ireland on its inaugural flight into London Heathrow, and we caught her the very next day on her first operational flight out of London Heathrow as well. But enjoy this, and we'll be back at the end of this to bring you another show. So enjoy. See you a bit. Cheers. See you a bit. Well, good morning, folks, to a slightly overcast but decent enough weather at London Heathrow, inside one of the main hangars here with British Airways, and here to welcome, as you would have been seeing on social media, the BOAC liveried 747. Don't forget, this is a double celebration, of course, with BA's centenary year, and also, of course, the 747 50th birthday. So everyone's celebrating that. Now, as you can see up there, these are huge hangars. Around about 70 feet tall, some of these doors, depending upon the aircraft that they put in it. But of course, this is specifically designed and developed for the tall tail 747 777s, and I'm not sure if they get the 380s in here, but these are the huge scaffold towers for access up to the vertical stabilizers and elevators that obviously clamp together. Unfortunately, I'm not reading your comments, folks, because I'm mobile and carrying the camera and carrying the can for you lot. So BOAC, British Overseas Airways Corporation, formed in 1939, just after the war, just after the outbreak of war, should I say, mostly using the Empire flying boats. Don't know if you guys can remember back as far as then, but obviously a lot of reminiscing going on today They were operated by Imperial Airways, later introducing the Sunderland flying boats, converted flying boats from the war, which was good to see as well. British Airways was later formed when BOAC and BEA, British European Airways, merged in 1972. First jets to come on stream with BOAC was the, of course, the Comet, which had its own issues, as we're all aware of. The early stages of pressurization inside the cabin. Just hearing folks in my ear that she has departed Dublin. Of course, a lot of the Irish have geeks out there filming her taking off, no doubt. On board these refurbished 747s, the in-flight entertainment system was replaced with new screens, a more responsive interface, and more content, as well as, of course, the all-important USB output. Of course, there are the other remaining aircraft, non-refurbished, 52 Club World seat aircraft on board those aircraft. On the new aircraft, there are 86 of the Club World seat configured passenger seating on board those 18 aircraft. So this particular livery that we're going to be seeing this morning, a lot of you folk would have seen it. Very striking blue with the Speedbird, golden Speedbird, which is why they still call their call sign today with British Airways is still Speedbird, and the gold insignia on the tail and everywhere else was the golden Speedbird from 1964 to 1974, so 10 years of the era of BOAC. And I can remember as a kid coming to London Heathrow, as I'm sure quite a few of you guys have had the pleasure of coming to London Heathrow to the Queen's building and standing on top there watching the VC-10s, the 707s, and amongst other iconic aircraft with the BOAC fleets, including the 747, of course. This particular BOAC livery will remain on this 747 until it retires in 2023. And a little bit of information on this one, this Boeing 747, line number 1195, so that's 1195 in the fleet, was delivered in the Boeing production line, assembly line should I say, was delivered straight from the Boeing factory in January 1999, exactly 20 years ago. So she's 20 years old, so one of the, I wouldn't like to say younger, but she is one of the younger planes of 747s on the fleet. Of course, this plane, this particular aircraft, powered by 4 Rolls-Royce RB211s, which we are big fans of, it has to be said. The twin spool that we're so used to hearing on the 747, sometimes a triple spool, depending upon what their settings are, but absolutely fantastic sound, but nothing like the sound of the old JT9D turbofan, which was on the original 747 all the way back in the 70s. This one is configured with a 4-class layout. 14 seats, just 14 seats in first class, 86 in business, 30 in premium, and 145 in the economy class settings. Stopping points, and as you can see, one of the most popular right here. 747. So you would need more, I would have said more maintenance on the back end of the aircraft, the empennage, elevators and vertical stabilizer than you would do on the front end. So I'd imagine that this has a dual use. They can either bring the aircraft nose in up to this position here, or they can back her up so that she can be worked on the back end of her. BOAC? Did you fly with BOAC?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. On the 747?
Hermes.
On the Hermes?
Yes.
Wow. Oh, on the Constellation. My father flew the Constellation with Imperial Airways. Skyways of London, sorry. Skyways of London. Wow, back in the day. Isn't that wonderful?
What do you do?
You're live around the world right now.
Oh, I see.
To Big Jet TV. We are a channel
I see.
celebrating this wonderful event today.
Yes.
So how long did you fly for?
Oh, I suppose it was about 3 years, I think.
Okay.
It might have been more.
So the Constellation, the Hermes was not a pressurized aircraft, was it? It was. So it must have been very cold on board.
I
Was
don't remember feeling cold on
Oh,
board. No.
okay, okay. But the Constellation was a much more comfortable aircraft, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, to that extent, yes. Because we didn't have many passengers on Hermes.
Yes.
You got to know their names and something about each one of them.
Oh, really? Frequent flyers?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And where did the Hermes fly down to? Where did you fly to from? Was it from Heathrow or?
London Airport.
London Airport, of course, back in those days, yeah. When they had multiple runways as well, didn't they? So where did you fly to from London Airport?
Australia.
Really?
Yes.
So Australia must have been a number of different stops for fueling.
That's how you found places what they look like.
How long did it take you to get down there?
About 3 days or something crazy, like,
Yes,
was it?
it was.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
2 weeks in all.
I mean, you
stop over.
2 weeks? 2 weeks?
Yes, because you're stopping over.
You'd stop at each place. That
Yes.
You have to refuel. And,
Wow.
the rest of it.
Wow. Well, very nice to meet you. Enjoy your day, and thank you so much for coming. Lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. That fantastic old uniform. He's the kind of geezer you want as a cameraman at air shows, isn't it? Lots 8 Max touching down, and it's sort of yeah, some great positioning here. Look at this right
Our photographer in-house.
All right, mate. I'll give you a call.
Is
We're just gonna have a chat and see if we can figure out.
You're right. I'm Jason
Hello,
from
mate.
the press office. Nice to meet you.
From?
The press office at BA.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
Nice
How
to
are
meet
you?
you. Yeah.
You're Jerry,
We spoke.
are you?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Hello.
We spoke briefly on the on the email anyway.
Yes, we did. Yeah. How are you doing? You
I'm
all
good.
right?
Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad.
Where's she
thank
at?
you. Huh?
Where's she at?
She is just coming over Wales at the
Okay.
moment.
Yeah, that's quite a long flight along the coastline.
We've
there.
got an ETA of 10:18, but it might be a bit earlier than that. So
Okay, here we go then, folks. This is going to be something to behold. I'm sure there's a lot of people on Facebook and YouTube right now telling me exactly how much these doors weigh, but that's got to be a serious tonnage. So apparently, folks, we do have a number of ex-crew from BOAC watching on YouTube and Facebook right now. So a very warm welcome to all of you guys. Just met a lovely lady who used to fly with BOAC on the Constellations as well, which is a fantastic thing to see. There she is in all her glory, folks. Something that we often see right from the other side of the airfield. Okay, Dreamliner inbound. Here we go. This is all manual held, folks, so don't forget. I'm not off the sticks. Nice. Yeah, nice. So I'm guessing there's a lot of people reminiscing right now on YouTube and Facebook on Big Jet TV. Welcome to Big Jet TV. You are watching the live coverage of BOAC's 747 special centenary liveried aircraft arriving here at London Heathrow this morning. And I'm guessing there are a lot of people like same age as myself, maybe a bit older, reminiscing about the old days of BOAC here at London Heathrow, or London Airport as it was then. 707s, VC-10s, Comets. Even back in the old days, they still had some of the prop planes, DC-6s or DC-7s even. I think the DC-7 was the 4-engine prop, the last of the 4-engine props before the DC-8 came on stream. I might be wrong there, but hopefully I've got something right. So these aircraft that are parked up round here, just going through standard procedure checks. May have had something flash up, sometimes for cleaning, on-wing engine checks. Of course, British Airways have their own mechanics here on stream at London Heathrow. Engine mechanics, that is, who are qualified to work on the engines up to a certain point, up to a certain level, I'd imagine. United Smoky inbound. I'm just getting this shot so that I can get out as far as I can and get the maximum. Is that shot looking okay, Julie? And then you get that brake dust, which a lot of the times you don't see, but over time that will make its way onto the back side of the aircraft. Yeah, hopefully the rain will hold off. It's a little bit of a front that's sort of a little flag, but I'm sure that it'll all sort itself out. Just can't exactly ask him to go back round again.
Enjoying the rain. I'm going to stand in the dry.
That's the shot we're going to get.
So what, so all the short people didn't get a
They didn't make the cut.
We need to anchor it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll upgrade you.
So very warm welcome to everybody watching on Big Jet TV live right now from London Heathrow. This is not the aircraft, folks. Don't. as
I'm outside a hangar at Heathrow. It's so good.
yeah. Okay, folks. All change, all change. She's down. Now the mad rush. Familiar sound of the RB211s that we're so used to hearing as they taxi up for departure on 27 right. Normally when they're coming up to maintenance, of course, they will be on tow. But this very special occasion, they've done a great job out in Ireland, painted out in Ireland. Photobomb. Oh, look at this for a shot. Look at this for a shot, folks. successfully moved into position now.
4 or 5 years on the 300.
4 or 5 years you were on the 300?
Yeah.
Oh, indeed. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So you must have enjoyed your time flying her.
Oh, I have. Oh, I've had a good life.
And what did you fly before you flew the
I was on VC-10s.
VC-10? Oh, well, that's a proper iconic aircraft.
Yeah.
Must have been fantastic to fly.
Yeah, I spoke to off the VC-10 to fly on Concorde, and
Really?
yeah, I had 6 years on Concorde.
You did 6 years on Concorde? Oh, wow, you lucky man.
Yeah,
so
I
this
was.
is nothing really, is it, compared to Concorde? You'd much rather see Concorde turning in here, wouldn't you?
I would, to be honest, but this reception reminds me a bit of the first Concorde
Yes.
flight in that was February of '76, yeah. Yeah, February 70, January, February. Could have been January.
Yes. Well, wonderful. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for turning up, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day here.
Oh, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you very much. Paint shop in Ireland. IAG, there we go. Is Captain Dave here? I think I recognise him in the group. APU switched down. What do you think about that then, fella? Brilliant, mate. That looks like a very authentic uniform you've got on there.
It is.
Is it one of your very own? Or?
It's been round the world.
Oh, wow.
I had it in the loft, yes.
Oh, you had it in the loft?
I had it in the
It's
loft,
done very
yes.
well for itself, hasn't
I
it?
know,
A
I
bit
know.
like yourself.
Well, not too bad, I hope. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know,
fantastic.
I don't
So
know.
you got to fly on the 747s regularly, did
I
you?
did, yes. In 1974. We did 21-day trips then, 18 and 16 days. Yeah. And it was interspersed with the VC-10 and the 707.
Yes.
So as it came in,
Yes.
you'd get a couple of days of the smaller aircraft, then you get a jumbo flight
Yes.
come in. So we'd have to wait. So that next day might be 2 or 3 days later. That's why you had stopovers.
And we were discussing the other day that the 707, even though it appears to be big, it was only a single aisle
Yeah.
aircraft. It was actually relatively small,
Yeah.
really, in
Yeah.
comparison to the 747 and the VC-10 as
Yes,
well. I mean, you can
absolutely.
see from the height of the hangars here that they actually
Oh, they
managed
had-
to put them in those.
Oh yeah,
like-
it was a big thing when they came in, and I think everybody was really pleasantly surprised because when you have a bit of a fear of flying
Yes.
and you're on the smaller aircraft, you feel the bumps a bit
Yes,
more, but the
yes.
jumbo was
Yeah.
just fantastic.
Yeah, yes,
I mean,
very
you
much
could,
so.
and you didn't have to squash to let people go by. You
Yes.
could, I'll nip through the galley and go
Yes,
down the back.
indeed.
I mean, unbelievable.
And so the VC-10 must have been quite a harsh ride then, really, sort of.
I believe it was. Everybody loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was a lovely aircraft. But if you know, it was a little. All of them were when there was times when they had a bit of turbulence.
Yes.
But the jumbo seemed to really absorb
Soak
everything
it up
and
a little
soak
bit
it,
more, yeah.
And I think for people who are a bit claustrophobic as well in a smaller aircraft, the
Yes.
jumbo expanded that to
Yes, of
allow other
course.
people to try flying.
Which is why its popularity climbed so quickly, and
Yeah.
therefore all the other aircraft fell into obscurity, really.
Well, Yeah, I
Overtime.
think they were overtime maybe,
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
they've gone back now, of course.
Yes, yes.
But then you also had the upstairs on this.
Of course.
For the first class, you had a
Yeah.
lovely lounge.
Yes,
So the
yes.
celebrities, you know, used to enjoy that.
And did you fly with celebrities?
Yes, I took Princess Margaret and also Princess Alexandra was on two flights.
Wow.
And my husband was not a husband then, but I mean he used to fly and he had played backgammon with Oliver Reed.
Really?
Yeah.
With
And-
Ollie Reed?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're all going to be looking at the telly, and the only one that they'll put on television will be that one without me.
Oh. Well, look, you're live to the world at the moment.
Am I?
You are live around the world on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter
Wow.
on Big Jet TV. So you're the famous one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. Give us a wave. Yeah, hey, there we go. Fantastic. Hello, sir.
Hello there.
Welcome to London Heathrow.
you very
You're
much.
live on Facebook around the world and YouTube as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
You
well,
must
thank
be
you.
very delighted to have flown this
Absolute-
aircraft here today.
Okay, so absolute highlight. So 100 years of BA, 50 years of the 747, and for me personally, over 25 of my 30 years in BA flying it. So real highlight. Lovely to be here. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, there we go, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Again, tomorrow for elite members, we will be live from London Heathrow for a short show just to film the BOAC 747 going out on its first commercial flight from London Heathrow. What a fantastic morning, and thank you so much for joining us, and especially a big shout out to all of you ex-air crew with BOAC and British Airways who've joined us today on the show, and we're so glad and so happy and honoured to be bringing you this this footage as well. Thanks very much indeed once again for tuning in. I'm Jerry Dyer, and you've been watching Big Jet TV. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Here she comes, look at that tail. Now look at this, guys. Look at that. Doesn't she look beautiful, man? Oh my word. Okay, as she turns head on, I'm just going to switch quickly to Matt's Brian Lockyer. Good morning. Yeah, very good point. There are probably people on that aircraft who just think, get me to NYC. I just want to go. I'm not interested in what aircraft it is. Brian Jacqueline, thank you very much indeed. She might do a little... Yeah, she's definitely going to do a right-hand turn. Neil Greatorex, good morning. Look at that for a shot. Look at this for a shot, though. With a BOAC 747 and Concorde in the same shot. Maybe even later, Gilly, because she'll turn right again, and you'll get the. Then we'll get the full Concorde in the shot. Wow, Chris Odgers has flown twice on that A350 with Finnair now. Wow. Just looks fantastic in that livery. Now she's going to go for full runway. So with any luck, we'll get her panning past Concorde. Thomas Hanel tuning in from Brandenburg, Germany. Good morning to you, Thomas. Can hear those RB211s. Here she comes now, turning on broadside. Here we go. Here we go. There's your shot right there, folks. They will know what they're flying on, though, because obviously they'll know what they're flying on. But they will. Every seat, the back of every seat has the authentic picture of the original BOAC 747-100. Nice little memento for them to take away. Yeah, I've got a couple for us, Jilly. I've got one for you to send up to you. So here we go. Is it JFK or New York? Oh, it's JFK. I said NYC earlier, didn't I? So my apologies for that. Super smashing great. No bank, shouldn't go left or right. I think you'll find she'll go straight out, due west. Wow. And this above me, I believe, is a Dash 8, is it? 747-8. Looks like it. It's a 400, is it? Lufthansa 400. All about the Queen this morning. Look at that, folks. We will bring you the show as soon as we can, between sort of like 11 and 12. We've got to go to the offices first and, believe it or not, pick up the mic that I left there. You remember the mic I left over there? We're going to be reunited tomorrow, and it feels so good. Yeah, so we will see you tomorrow at Munich. Enjoy the rest of your day, work hard, and be good to the animals. Thanks, folks. See you later. Bye. So there you go. Oh wow, look at that overfly. Ironic. How ironic is that? There you go. BOAC. No sooner was she here than she was gone. What an absolute shambles this COVID has cost us. But anyway, it is what it is. We've got to get on with it. Blah, 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 and all that stuff. Right, next up, folks, General Electric. I know we harp on about these all the time and how amazing they are. And yes, they are. We were lucky enough to spend a day down at General Electric GE in Wales, where we went in and did a walk around the reception area, where they do the initial inspections on the engines, boroscoping and all that kind of stuff, which is really interesting. Then we go up to the section where they basically break the engine down into its individual segments and components. Those components then either get replaced, serviced, washed, and then they go through into the assembly area, which is just incredible. When you look at the amount of components that go into these engines, it is just fantastic. And of course, those they're just the sound of them. At the end of this, folks, make sure you stick around for the end of this. How long is it, Gilly? Just have a little look. Yeah, it's under 20 minutes long, folks. You've got a spare 20 minutes. Check this out, because we were very, very lucky to be able to film the engine run up, which was just a maximum thrust test. So basically, they put the engine up to maximum thrust and then slowly pull it back. We fixed the camera inside the test chamber. We weren't allowed to be in there, obviously, for obvious reasons. But we had a camera fixed in there with these huge, great big vents that basically the engine sucks the air in at an incredible amount. It's just everything's big there, and it is an amazing place to visit. And we were very fortunate to go there. Hopefully doing some more engine stuff. Can't talk about it at the moment, but hopefully be doing some more engine stuff in the future, early in 2021. But for now, check this out. General Electric, the GE90, the 115B is the one that we fire up. This is the one that's used on the 777-300 and the 200 freighters, and the ERs, I think it is, or the long range, the extended range 777s. But enjoy it. General Electric GE90 walk through with the service centre and a max thrust test. Enjoy this. Here we go. We are down at the engine receipt area where we're meeting up with our gate leaders for the day. We've got Jared. Hi, Jared. How you doing?
Hi, Jerry. Good, thanks. You?
Yeah, fine. Thank you very much. And we've got Sam.
Hello.
Sam, so you guys are gate leaders. Just to explain a little bit about what you do, Jared.
Yep, so my role is the Gate 3 sub-assembly gate leader. So I'm responsible for kitting and sub-assembly and providing the modules to the final assembly area.
Okay, so we'll be meeting up with you a little bit later on in that sub-assembly area, and coming back down here to the test area as well. Okay, thanks very much. And Sam, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, so I'm the gate leader for inspection. So I manage a team of aircraft engineers who inspect the engine parts once they've been removed from the engine, cleaned and non-destructive tested.
Wow, some interesting stuff that we're going to be seeing in a little bit. So, Jared, we'll catch up with you in a little bit, and I believe, Sam, you're going to show us around this initial area where they boroscope the engines.
Yes, that's correct. The boroscope gives us an idea of any obvious findings, so that we know before we start to take the engine apart what level we need to. It's not uncommon for us to find more damage within the engine once we expose parts of the modules.
So can we take a little bit of a closer look at one of these engines then, Sam?
Sure. So this engine just here,
yes,
only just come in. As you can see, it's still in an engine stand. It hasn't really been touched from our perspective just yet. This engine just behind you here, we've loaded into pedestals.
Okay.
So if we have a wander over, I can talk you through the overall structure. So I mentioned earlier on, we take the engine off the engine stand when we're ready to boroscope it and load it into pedestals. This is an engine pedestal.
Yes.
They can attach to various different parts of the engine depending on what stage of build or what level of construction we're at with the engine. So each of the modules that gets boroscoped has a number of boroscope ports.
I see, yes.
So we will remove boroscope plugs which plug the ports depending on which stage we need to boroscope.
Okay, very interesting. Now, when you talk about modules, you're talking about the initial compression modules. Are you talking about what is a module?
So you can think of a whole G90 engine as a series of much smaller sub-engines, if you like.
Yes.
So starting from the front end, you've got the low pressure compressor module. So that's where the air is first inducted into the core. You then have the fan hub frame, which is what supports the major fan case, goes around the fan blades. Coming further into the engine, you have the compressor, which is the high compression stage, followed by what is colloquially known as the hot section or the combustor. You then have the high pressure turbine and then the low pressure turbine, which is where the hot air exits from the back end of the core. This is where we see the majority of service-related wear.
I see,
so,
yes.
You could almost think about it in the same way that you have to replace the tyres on your car or a belt in your engine every now and again. That happens more often in the hot section than it does in what we know as the cold section, which is anywhere up to the end of the high pressure compressor. The actual exhaust there itself comes out of this part around here. So when you're looking at an engine on wing and you see an exhaust cone on the back, the pointy bit, that goes on this flange here. So the exhaust there is guided out along the cone and into a stream.
So we are now going to be heading up into the dismantling section where you are specialist in your area, I believe.
That's where we take the engines apart into first the modules that I just talked about and then into piece parts.
Okay, well, we'll catch up with you there in a little bit. So, welcome back. We are in the Gate 1 section. Is that right, Sam?
Yeah, that's correct. So this door just behind us here is where we bring the engines in to the strip area. So once they've been through health checks where we were earlier on, they come into a bay just like this one here. So this bay just here is ready to receive an engine, or it's actually just had an engine leave. So you can see the pedestals are still in place, the brackets are still on the pedestals. Okay, so once the engine is loaded into a bay, it looks pretty similar to how we saw it earlier on in the health checks area where they were boroscoping. Yes. The first part of the strip process is removal of all of the electrical components. They're the first accessible things, so you've got things like the fire wires and any electrical units, actuators and things like that. This engine has just finished electrical strip, so we're now just starting with the mechanical part of the strip process. The first thing that we'll take off will be all of the line replacement units. So line replacement units are units like gearboxes, hydraulic pumps, filters, everything that's designed to be changed during service when the engine is on wing. So it's the first thing that you access. It's right in front of you when you lift the cowls up. So this tubular structure running right across the top of the engine here, this is designed to support the weight of the front of the core. So you have two mounts on a G90 engine. You've got the aft mount, which sits right at the back of the engine, and you have the forward mount, which sits on the top of the fan case, which isn't installed here. Those are the 2 points that the engine is mounted to the pylon on wing. And these tubular structures are designed to support the weight of the front of the core whilst the engine is mounted. The next stage is to turn the engine into a vertical position. So that's what we're looking at right here. So you've got the high pressure turbine on the top of what we're looking at here. So turbine center frame, the rotor will be just inside this section here. You've got the combustion chamber with the fuel nozzles removed at this point. So the green taping is to make sure that we don't have any objects going inside the engine. Further down then you've got the start of the high pressure compressor. Down the bottom here you can see the VSV or variable stator vane actuation rings, which I mentioned earlier on when we were looking at a built-up engine in health checks. And then in the pit there, which you can't see right now, you've got the fan hub frame and the low pressure compressor. The pit enables us to move the core up and down depending on what area we're stripping. So right now we're at the point where we're going to remove the high pressure turbine. So this flange just here where all the bolts have been taken out, this flange will be split. We'll lift the high pressure turbine off and then we'll be left with something that looks like just here in a lobster pot, we call it, or an M40 support stand. So the way that we now refer technically to what's remaining is as an M40.
I see.
That's the 40 module, if you like. On the 40 module, you have the high pressure compressor, which you can see right at the top there, the fan hub frame, and the low pressure compressor. So if you were going to see this on wing, you'd see the fan blades installed on that disc just there. So if we have a wander over, this is our second pit. We have two pits in the bulk strip area. This is in almost exactly the same configuration as the one that we looked at just now in the other pit, but this pit is lowered much further because we're currently at the stage that we're releasing some nuts on the what's known as the CDP flange, which is quite deep inside the engine now. It's between the compressor and the high pressure turbine. We have some very, very technical tooling which goes right into the engine through the turbine center.
So what is the total time on average for a breakdown of the engine?
To turn an engine from what we saw earlier in the engine receipt area to its mini module is generally around about 4 days.
We are up in the cleaning bays now, Sam. A number of different bays I can see here.
Right now we're in the tank cleaning area. So what you can see around us are various different chemicals at various different temperatures. Depending on what part we have and what material we need to remove, it depends on which tank we place the part in.
So what we have is that we have the stage 2 nozzle, which is on build. The guys are waxing and splining the nozzles, ready then to fit into the stage 2 nozzle. So here then we have the TCF on build. So once the engine is accumulated, from technical kitting through to a complete engine going down to test, we will say 15 days.
We met up with Dan, one of the engineers here in the test cell area, who showed us the link-up procedure for the GE90 and how they move it into the test cell. So just have a look at this and we'll be back with you in just a minute. So Dan, thanks for joining us.
No worries.
We're just in this process now of the engine being hoisted up, ready to go into the test cell. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so basically the engine is now ready for test. So what you can see here is the engine being lifted up by the hoist. We're basically just going to bring it out onto the bridge, take the bridge over, and then basically back the engine into the test bed.
Has the engine been filled with oil yet at this stage?
The engine's completely dry. Once we've linked it to the test bed, we'll start filling it with oils and we'll then connect the fuel.
Working around these huge engines all daily, you must have to pinch yourself.
But yeah, I put literally, to think this engine is going on a 777. I work with the GP7000, which is on the biggest civil aircraft in the world. It's just, yes, unbelievable. Got to pinch yourself some days.
Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to start the engine. We'll run it min-idle for 5 minutes, and then we'll carry out an acceleration check, which is ground idle to take off in a 1 second throttle movement. After that, the next part of the process is we'll check the oil filters and the magnetic chip detectors, and then we'll carry out the final check of the engine.
Oh, wow. Listen to that, man. Oh. Wow. That is just the best, isn't it? Wow, and all the exhausts just going massively up. They've got huge, great, like, massive exhaust pipes literally on the building, which just direct the nozzles straight up into the air. And obviously that's cleaned as well. That's just an absolutely mad place to visit. And thanks again to GE for inviting us down there. Took us over a year to get that one clear, folks, believe it or not. Over a year. We had to make little tweaks here and there and all that sort of thing, but it was crazy. Worth it in the end. But thanks once again. And yes, again, like I say, we're hoping to do more engine stuff, engine tests as well in the near future. So there you go. What have we got next? Oh, I know a lot of people asked about this one. And this is Lisbon. Went to Lisbon in let's just consult the big book again. When was it? Oh, right. Okay. Oh, it's interesting. I don't see it on there. Got RAF Hendon, London Gatwick, February 2nd. February, yeah? Oh, of this year. Sorry about that. There we go. Wow. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that Lisbon. Yeah, Lisbon, 4th and 5th of this year. It's just insane. But yes, what a great day. What a great day. And meeting up with... Do you need to help me here? Meeting up with... Yeah, Marco from AVIATION, great guy, really laid back fella, and his mate as well. You'll see them in the film now. Couple of locations. The first one we didn't spend very long there because they switched runway operations, and the other one, the second one that we went to, and Hodgie was with me as well, but the other one that we went to further down the other end is absolutely epic, and got some great stuff there. Stayed right the way through till late. This is one of the videos that I put out. This is an edit from the Best of Lisbon 2020. I can't believe I'm saying that, but anyway, enjoy this one, folks, and then we'll come back and we're going to hit the hay. Come back tomorrow. So yeah, Lisbon 2020. Enjoy. Cheers. Go whenever you like. Go whenever you like. hazy, man. Hazy shade of winter. There's another. Yeah, there's a lot of Neos here, man.
Who is in there?
I think they've now got more Neos in their fleet than they have CEOs.
They have, yeah. Pretty much.
Probably one of the only operators in the world that has got that number of NEOs in their fleet.
The runway changed. The runway changed. Is it a manifold? Oh, yeah. Not the only thing that you will rest, it's when they are.
Yeah.
They are landing from.
That is cool, man.
But if you're at that side, the heavy's coming out. It's very tiny runway.
We're not going to move, Jilly. We're not moving. Wow, look at that.
Sì, a contrario, banchi like that.
That's so cool, man. Yeah, I know how for that. Jock and B, good morning. Debbie Speller, Dapto234. Is Ian Shakeshaft in the house? Hope you're doing well, Ian. Where are you? Yeah. Guys, we are very lucky to be with Marco. Even more lucky because we got here so fast.
I thought you might be going back.
There's that birdie.
Otherwise, you start the other two. It's just going to get that
running in the background. Oh, look at that.
No. I prefer stay here, you know why? Because it needs power for our laptop. Yeah, okay. And we the three of the car. No one goes there.
Air Transat.
She goes there for an hour.
Neo. Is that the NX, that Air Transat?
We can do that. Get the Emirates. We get the Emirates. And we get to the car.
Next time we do Manchester, I know we love that spool up point, but we must go to that rotate spot, shouldn't we? This is the usual spot for Portuguese guys, that's what he's saying. Ryanair getting themselves on camera again. Michaela Marshall, you see, I got it right this time, Michaela. I didn't call you Michael. How long was I calling Michaela Michael for? Yvonne Healy. Oh, really? Hey! Nacelle on his number one. Oh, he's been in the wars a bit, hasn't he? Bless him. He's got plaster on his number one. And I think his number two has also got a plaster on the back. He's been out playing in the garden again, hasn't he? See,
Emirates 777. Of course, we see Sky Cargo at London Heathrow, but to see the 777-300 is a treat. Yeah. I think talking about largest operators, I think I'd be right in saying that Emirates are the largest operator of the 777-300. That's it on. Sorry, Tilly, I cut you off. I think he was just waiting. Maybe he's checking systems, I don't know. Sorry, that was me. Turn it on. Spare flipping bits and bobs all over it. Like a Trent 7 will wake you up in the morning, is it? I think they've, because we've seen the 320 Neos at Toulouse, haven't we? Have we seen it? Oh, wow! 18 years old. She's done around this one. Only half the age of that other one. Yeah. 37-year-old Star Air 767, we saw the smaller jet folks. It's a freighter. It's the one up earlier on. That's your freighter for Portugal. Oh, is it? Yeah. Through the gate, son. There's the first stage. There's the second stage. Yeah! Oh man, I've got goosebumps on that one. Yeah! So it's operating for TAP, is it? TAP. Wow, like they need aircraft, man. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it's got TAP flight mate. Yeah, she's literally delivered to Penny Airways 18 years ago. Wow. Blue hair. Liverpool Music City. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Of course, the Beatles. Nice little silhouette of Liverpool under his belly. Fire it up, son. Oh, look. There's a rare one coming out that we saw on the pictures yesterday. The Magic. Magical 320 Neo with the giant barcode on it. Oh yeah, good point, good point. Didn't see one this morning. Is it? Look at that, found it, found it. 31,000 feet. Right through those engines. Scan that? You scan that? Go on, scan it. Boop. Boop. Pound of tomatoes. Yeah. Andy should have a LATAM 787-9 going overhead from the direction the Retro 346 came from. Yeah, look at that. This is nice to see. It's great to see the Emirates 777 because we're so. Huh? No, we only see the freighter, the old 200. But this is a great shot across here, man. Looking very smart. Right, guys, we will see you back here. Well, maybe either here or up on the hill, wherever it might be. We'll be back here in around about an hour. So. See, making little tiny adjustments on the rudder there, folks. That's the tiller attached to the rudder. Crane, can you confirm that? I believe not all aircraft have that. Let's go straight out. Here we go. Look at that shot, man. Yeah. Mean. Look at that engine. You can see right the way through it. I mean, the core of the engine, in terms of its size, has not really changed with these next generation engines. It's more to do with the fan blade diameter. Somewhere around about 3.8 meters from tip to tip. The outer diameter of these next generation big engines, but the core itself hasn't really changed. The only reason why you see these bigger engine cowls, the bigger engine casing, is just down to the size of the fan blades, because they're obviously ingesting a lot more air. Of course, this is the Trent 7000. Rolls-Royce power. I'm not going to shoot 737 because this is taking preference over. John Cameron carrying a female Air P1 Gary Wilkes. shows how big the blades are, man, and how efficient the engines are. Look at that thing, man. Just look at it, man. Oh, yeah.
See right through them engines, don't you?
Yeah, it's just fantastic, man. That just shows you.
Oh, that one's been pushed back.
Hold it there for a good 30 seconds, mate, so we can have a good look at you. Now look at that wingtip. Yeah. Crazy, man. Elliot Reed loving it. Elizabeth Lieb. This is stage one. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Goosebumps, man. I've got goosebumps. Forget, folks, this is the Rolls-Royce engine. They haven't actually manufactured any engines with the carbon blade as of yet, so these are titanium blades running in both the XWBs and the Trent engines. No carbon composite blades yet for these engines, although they are bigger blades than their predecessors, of course. Brian Mitchell, good question. Yes, they will do. Obviously, they will test them on on an aircraft initially. But they can do three-dimensional, computer wind tunnel tests, so to speak. So they will build a mock-up. You see there, you see the winglet there, look. See how... On its way in. Yeah. Air Malta retro livery, folks. God bless him, Nicky Lauda. course, Lauder involved in aviation all his life, more or less. In some way. He basically brought that to light. He only came in about 20 years ago. Flipping heck. He got to the gate. Come on, everyone off. Everyone, get off. Get off.
We'll get back to Madrid.
That's nice, actually. I like that livery. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Livery, that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, that. Heathrow quite a few times, but still great. Hello, look at me filming them, filming me, filming them. Oh, sorry, but yeah. Of course, yeah, on the landing. Sorry. Robert Colborne, thank you, Robert. Emmanuel Starman. It was flown. Okay, what have we got? We've got one more Neo to go out, 3:30 apparently. But in general, yes, most new aircraft do come with a choice. 380s did come with the choice. Straight out for this boy. So predictable, isn't he? It's one in one ear and out the other with that bloke, isn't it? Here we go. A good shot, good focus. Stephen Ackley. Thank you. Blimey, that's not very long, is it? I'm sure that we go. We will see you tomorrow morning. Be ready from as early as 7 o'clock. Have a great evening. Be good to yourselves and be good to those animals. See ya! That's a great shot, man. Yeah.
We did it. We did it. There we go. Good morning. Lee Marie Linde, good morning. By the local policiers, keeping an eye on things. So the reason why these guys come past us is this is the cargo section up here. He's going to roll on and go straight out. It's okay then. So I think this is the one. I can grab that. Does that say on the nose there? I can't read it. That is the one, Harry. It's Harry. Now there was a presentation of that aircraft being unveiled by TAP and watching you, son. We're watching you. Happy good morning, Mark Matthews. Nothing to be alarmed about with that that overspill. That is literally the seals that are open, and then as soon as the aircraft builds up pressure, the seals will close. Wow, man. Trent 7 engine. So you'll notice the very long spool up on these engines, folks. It takes a lot of time for the engines to power up. See, look, they've got overflows on them as well. So it's nothing new per se. Hold it there for a couple of minutes, folks. Yes, thank you. Now listen to how long this thing takes to spool up. Ooh la la. Lisbon, thank you for this glorious sunshine once again. A lot clearer than it was yesterday. It seems that it's an oscillation. Eunice, good morning. Gary Hughes says he's thinking that 767 went to Caracas and returned overnight. Six A330-300s to KKR Investments and all Tavert Air France. They plan to lease back the 777-300ERs. Apparently so. That was cool, man. Norton, that's got to be a yeah, got very low sort of like wind up noise, isn't it? Yeah. Oh! Shock ices, ocelot's noses, pigeon's toes. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Try again, Jilly. Say it again. Oh, was it? Yes, Stephen, she does look after me. Jilly does look after me. Just like out of the blue, you've got to keep an eye out for this. Clear example there of the APU exhaust of the 777, where one side it's blanked off and it's only on the other side. You can only see it from one side. Oh look, special livery. Should get it going out there. Wow, long flare. Lots of aero braking going on there. Mind you, this is going to hold, or is he going straight out? He's been told you've got to go straight out, son. Or is he? No, he's going to wait. Good looking jet. Bleeding norovirus. Yeah, that's a shame. Where's he put that comment? Coventry, no? One lead. America is waking up. Good afternoon. Oh, Iberia 340 overflying, seeing office telling us. The go around, is it? Oh, wow, yeah. Wow, why? What's the reason for that, I wonder? Is an aircraft still on the active?
That's Lufthansa 320 from Munich.
Now that is, there we go. There's a. Not phased at all. Quite good though to see it, because you get a hustle bustle sort of thing going on, don't you? It is a race for those boys in the fuel tank, isn't it? Fired that up quick. That Hazel. Fired it up quick, man. Blue and white. Okay, there we go. Marco Del Guidis back after a meeting. Yes, indeed, Rich. It is the same Azul 330 from yesterday. This morning we had a great special livery Azul going out in the Brazilian flag livery. Fantastic. Look back on the show. You'll be able to see it. Oh, did you put it out, Julie? You tried to, but it didn't go out, did it? Might be going for a turn and burn, intercept, semi-intercept. Here he comes, folks, here he comes. Engine nacelle change, cowl change, both is it's a lot of work just to change just the nacelles as well. Cabo Verde. Reading undercarriage like Concord. Oh, look, it's the snake in thingamajiggies. Oh, Oh, baby. Can you hear that, folks? Pete Laros. Shades on. I know I keep doing the same shot, folks, but it is an epic shot, being able to look right through that Trent 7000. Isn't it just fantastic? 3.8 metres across those fan blades, somewhere around about that region. Headed to Chicago. She's going to the Windy City. Yeah. Jeffrey Ordnance. Miles high. Emirates going full length. Going for the full chat lineup. Miles high, yes, I think it is airbrushed. Miles high, I think you're right. I think it is airbrushed with the guys at Brussels Airlines. Those Icon aircraft are actually hand airbrushed by an artist assigned to them, obviously. Shit, sorry, Jimmy. Thanks very much for that, thanks. Yeah, sorry, I was just telling Paul, I wasn't telling you. Thanks, yeah, cheers. Yeah. Well, I didn't want to tell you. We're going to have to do these two and then there she goes. Go because we've got this triple.
This is the shot. This is the shot when it turns left onto us. A little bit temperamental, actually, that program. Oh, good. What you'll see when it flexes. Another wingtip that looks different from all different angles, it has to be said. From head on, it looks like a straight flick, but from the side, you'll see, wow. I love the way that they stop here whilst they're waiting for another aircraft. Are they the Gen X engines on the Qatar, or are they the Rolls-Royce Trents? I don't know. Let me know, folks. Armstrong Whitworth, AW660 Argosy, Craig Whitworth, to be precise. John Hughes, thank you. Watch for a flex on that wing. Wing actually only flexes from the pylon up. Starting to go already. Starting to go already. Thanks guys. Look after yourself and I'll see you next time. Here we go, look. That's a good looking jet, isn't it? Wow, baby, yeah. Going quickly as well, mate, yeah? Yes. We've got to do a show from City soon, man. Yeah. 09s, as soon as they're on 09s, man. Oh, let's listen to her. I can hear her idling, man. Yeah. Big engines on her, man. Yes, it is Ben Dyer. It is Chicago next week. Ben's second last name is me. Oh, 200 cap. Yeah, man. Look at that. She's going to go up steep as well. Look at that, look at that. Wow.
turning right, he's turning right, he's turning right. Yeah, he's turning right. Looks like he's going into an airport over there. Is it? Oh, he's descending now. Here he goes. Here he goes. I thought that might be the lead singer of the Sweet flying this. Ballroom Blitz. Well, let's go! Tony Walker loves the ATRs. Well, there you are, mate. Just for you, Tony. There we go, skidded on the runway. All okay, skidded on the runway. So that's aquaplaning for you. So obviously the reverser's not doing their job. So he must have landed quite late down the runway, I'd imagine. Look at the fan casing. Look at the fan casing. How cool is that? Turkish delight. I haven't heard that one before, but that is a good one. I like that. No, I haven't. That is funny, man. Why did the golfer have two pairs of pants? Because he had a hole in one. Really enjoyed your company here in Lisbon. Thank you to everybody in Lisbon as well. The locals have been fantastic. Hello to all the people who've come and said hello as well. And thanks to the cargo centre for letting me use their loo. Take it easy, and I'll see you Friday night. Live from the studio. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your week and be good to the animals. I'll see you later. Bye.
Tell me when.
Really enjoyed your company here in Lisbon. Thank you to everyone.
There you go. Hey, how about that, folks? Lots of people reminiscing there. Once again, great to see the guys from Lisbon out there as well. Good to see Lisbon Spotter as well in the show today, and all you wonderful people giving your wonderful comments as well. It is, and somebody saying just now as well, who was it saying? Terry G saying, I've got to say, this group is the best. Never a wrong word or disagreement from people all over the world. UN, take note. So yeah, isn't it great, man? Isn't it great? We're so lucky. We're so fortunate, and it just takes good people like us all together to make this happen. But listen, we'll be back tomorrow, folks. I just want to say a quick word to, I don't know if she's going to be watching. Don't forget, by the way, folks, as we mentioned earlier on today, unfortunately I think we crashed the website earlier on, pilotstogether.org, pilotstogether.org. It's a wonderful charity and a great cause that those folks are working so hard to support pilots who've been affected by the current crisis. I know there are other charitable organisations that are doing their part as well to help other people in other sectors. But this, because it's airline and aviation related, we will support it and continue to support it. They've got a great raffle, folks. Lots of people coming on and saying that they're getting involved in it and that they've entered the raffle, the draw for the raffle. That's on the 6th of December. Not sure how that's going to play out just yet. Maybe we might be able to do something with it live, but who knows. It'd be great. Be like the old days of the old sack of love, wouldn't it? Do you remember that? So we'll be back tomorrow, folks. And really appreciate your company. Let me just have a little look here. Now, you sent it. Thank you, Naomi. Yeah. Naomi, I just wanted to say a big thank you and a shout out to you. I don't want to read out all of your letter because obviously it's personal, but basically Naomi's saying having access to the internet whilst in hospital gave me the opportunity to check in on your daily feeds. I have spent countless hours viewing backlog videos. I'm a lover of aircraft, my favourite being the A346, as it is for so many, and just being able to go to my happy place of watching aircraft really helped in my recovery these past couple of weeks. Thank you for all your hard work, your dedication, commitment and wonderful streams are such a delight. Honestly, you beautiful people really have helped me these last 2 weeks and I cannot thank you enough for what you do. Naomi in Chester Street, it's an absolute pleasure. That's what we're here for. We are here for you. Keep those letters coming in, folks, and we're literally here for you. We've been with you right the way through this lockdown. We've got 3 days to go after this. We're on the home stretch. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? And like I've said all along, if it happens again, we will be here for you. So Naomi, you, along with all the other folks out there, all you guys who met up with us today, we thank you so much. We've got lots of stuff to play out tomorrow. We've got London City to come, along with a lot of other videos, little short stuff that we haven't played out before, a lot of the stuff that you folks may have not even seen. But yeah, so we'll see you tomorrow around about midday, and join us on the home stretch on the way out of lockdown 2. See you tomorrow, folks. Thanks very much indeed. All the best. Good night.